everything kind of went as scheduled today. I got home last night just before midnight. Had a good sleep. Got up early this morning. I guess not super early, but I was at the barn by 8 or thereabouts. A little before, a little after, somewhere like that. I trained Chicago Hall. He trained very, very, very strong. We scoped him after a little bit of mucus, still a few little spots of blood there, but working on it, definitely some improvements, and the horse was trotting great. I was really, really happy with the way he trained and excited about Tuesday. Obviously, I wish his airway was cleaned up a bit, but that's what you get sometimes this time of year. You know, I had somebody message me and say, Anthony, I've never had an issue with allergies like that. I said, well, how many horses did you scope? Well, we scoped them. Like most people, you scope them if they raced bad. Well, Chicago Hall trained fantastic this morning. You would have no reason to scope them unless you're really, really looking, which we were. So, we'll continue to chip away at him throughout the summer, but really happy with how strong and how fluid he was. He just looks and feels good today. I also trained all gas, no brakes in 210 last quarter, 28 seconds, 29 seconds maybe at Mohawk. Just an easy kind of light workout for him. Brushed him on the end of it. Choppy in times in the straightaways. I think he's transitioning. He's back to getting a little more confident, a little more sound, and the shoes we have on, albeit they're half-inch, half-rounds, I think you could almost even go to an aluminum shoe up front with this guy now. He felt really good training this morning. I don't know if he's at 100% work-wise, because there's a lot that has gone on over the last little while with him. But he was good. He was good, and I was happy with him. And then we got to Century Legion. You know, I had a couple of people email me, and one of them was one of my partners, Daryl, on the horse. He said, look, he was trying to run the whole way down the lane. You know, it's funny because I got thinking about this one day. You know, it's just a common statement that any horse person would make. Oh, he's trying to run. My take on it would be a little different. He was trying not to run and succeeded. I mean, Century Legion's already knows how to run. If he wanted to run, he just would have run. That just would have been it. You know, he came out of the turn, the same place he's made a break. I wanted to stretch him a bit, but I wanted to keep a very, very close eye on him coming out of the turn. Trots the far turn, great. We come out of the last turn, I let him trot forward. Now, obviously, Louis came out kind of late, but it wasn't the end of the world. I just moved him over 3 wide and let him trot forward, and you could feel him a little self-conscious right there. And that's just interference, as I said to Harry. I think Harry's got a good grasp on this guy. One, you know, for anybody who thinks he's a runaway, the horse was an absolute kitten today. You know, took him off the gate, no problem. What was that at the quarter? 33 seconds? The horse was just cool as a cucumber today. I was thoroughly pleased with his professionalism and the way he went about his work. And the fact that he got out of gear halfway down the lane and didn't run is a feather in his cap. We can continue to chip away at that. Is it his feet? Is he just interfering? As I said to Harry, I said, I think you're right. I think his feet are bothering him a little bit. Nellie thinks she can work on them. I would just simply lay a blister on him everywhere else. Knees, hocks, and stifles, just to be sure. Maybe treat him up for EPM. His hobbles were perfect. His gear was perfect. I think you just got to chip away at him. You'll get him. I said, and I put it as plainly as I could. I said, Harry, it's as simple as this. He is very close to being very good. There. That's the easiest way I can put it. So I was thoroughly pleased with everybody this morning. None of them were perfect. Obviously, I didn't like to see the little bit of mucus and a few specks of blood with Chicago. I did not like to see all gas, no brakes get out of gear a couple of times, but he stayed at it and did his work very well. And I didn't like that Century Legion get out of gear in the same place he's made breaks, but he did not run. It was very easy to keep him at his task. And I was surprised because I thought I was in for a tug of war today. I thought the horse was going to come out and be hot and crazy and, you can't control him. And the horse was an absolute sweetheart today. He was perfect today. So we have stuff to work on, but a great foundation to start from. So that's how my morning was. I'm on my way to the Meadows. Obviously, everything went great yesterday for the most part. As I said in my video, I wanted everybody to realize now what it is to be a true grassroots horse in 2024. And I don't care if it's Ontario, I don't care if it's Kentucky, Pennsylvania, Kentucky just kind of is a different thing. But Pennsylvania or Ohio, there's no joke. New York, no joke. 50 flat they went last night in the Buckeye, the grassroots. Our division went in 51 and we got absolutely pounded. Shockingly enough, now a little bit of mucus and blood found with him too, but again with the heat and getting stretched and stretched and stretched and stretched, of course you're going to spring a leak. He's a 55 pacer, 54 and a piece, 55 pacer. There's nothing wrong with that. But what he most definitely is not is a stake horse. I could have left in front of the gate from the rail and he still would have been 10th. There. It's the easiest way to put that. There's nothing wrong with having a nice overnight horse. I've told you that also. So we'll put him back in the overnight. And as he starts to get close to saturating that class, then more Dance will likely go up for sale. But I wasn't... It's hard to be angry or disappointed at a horse that did everything he could or she could. You can't be angry at the horses for that. Any more than you can be angry because I can't sing like Celine Dion did. No, you can't do that. You don't have the ability. Anyway, what else went on last night? Drebin makes a break. It's been a while since he made a break. Now, Jody told Emily after I saw Jody today, but I didn't want to go over Drebin. He said he was out of gear the whole way, and I said, well, I just don't think taking him off the gate was a prudent choice. He certainly trotted the rest of the mile fine. He caught up, went by a horse. I think he was charted 27 and a piece on the end of it. Anyway, I didn't see how he was in the post break. I didn't see what led up to the break. I just saw the break. So, Drebin has not made a break in a while, and I don't suspect he'll make a break in another while. The horse has been good. We'll have the vet go over the horse, but I certainly didn't see it. Well, the last quarter, I didn't see any lameness issues or anything off about him. But I wasn't sitting behind him either, so there's that. So we'll square him away. It looks like a little bit of a squandered race last night, but hopefully we can fit back in that class once more and take a run at them. The two colts were amazing yesterday. Obviously, Gypsy Hill was absolutely great, and only outdone by Irresistible Sun a little bit. Two of the better horses on the trotting side in the Buckeyes in Ohio, which makes me happy because that's a useful crew for sure. I had my main man Greg on the case last night, running down the numbers as far as we don't want to make some mistakes here. So we have Irresistible Sun, who is, I would say, I'm a little biased, but I would say the best, or definitely one of the best Buckeye horses in Ohio. And not too far behind him is Gypsy Hill. As far as being able to race in the consolation of the Sire Stakes, got to be careful there. Because there's only been, Jason told me there's 5 or 6. There's actually 11 horses on the list. But for the Buckeye, for the consolation to go, there has to be a full field of 8. Now, it's at Northfield this year. So a full field of 8 in the final. And I suspect they need at least 6, 7, or 8 to go with a consolation. So you're looking at least minimum. I would say minimum 15 horses have to be on that list, and all 15 will have to enter, which I suspect they will. Now, there are some other caveats there. Greg was telling me about them as far as what happens if there isn't a consolation. Initially, I think Greg said he thought that the final went for $400 if there wasn't a consolation. But the nomination money gets split up in between the people that entered in the consolation. I don't know how that works. I've never heard of that before. But I suspect over the next 2 legs, you're going to have a few more people enter in the Sire Stakes. The last thing we want to do is enter the Sire Stakes. Now, again, let's survey the scene. This Irresistible Sun trotting in 54 and 3 the way he did yesterday, improving every week, it's not unrealistic to think he couldn't trot in 53 by the end of the year. Does that put him in the thick of things? Does that put him in with Spazzano and Tennessee Tom? I think that's his name, the horse of Burke's. Does that put him in that group? And if I'm forgetting one, I apologize. If so, great. Let's take a run at them. But man, we got a couple of nice horses in these Buckeye horses. Really proud of them. Country Dancing raced good yesterday for all my partners that maybe thought that we should have went in the sire stakes. As I said to everybody, and I say it all year, and this is just Randy, this was everybody. I think I was the only one not surprised that she was in the Stallion Series. I just wanted a soft start for her. And there's no, as you can see yesterday, there's no gimmies. There's no, you want to race in the Stallion Series? Oh, here's the check. You just stay home. They're not giving money away. You still got to earn it. We get beat fair and square. But a first start, lifetime, second and 54, off at 57. It's a pretty good mile. Pretty good mile. So the sky's the limit for our filly, but when you look at Brett Miller winning 51 flat, 51-1 with a Poppy Rob, the other division going 53, and just a little FYI, the horse that won the other division, the sire stake division, is the filly that ran down Gorgeous Package in the qualifier. Burke's other horse, Rose. That's the one that ran down Gorgeous Package in the qualifier the week before, 2 weeks before. So I was very happy with Country Dancing. I think we'll elect to stay in the Stallion Series just for now with her. I think we have some work to do. I think that there's some improvements to be made, and I think she is going to improve greatly over her next 2, 3, 4 starts. So I'm really impressed. I'm actually happy that Randy talked me into paying her into a couple of Lexington races, because I think on a softer track, let her hobbles out. I think this could be a scary, scary filly also. Now, again, there's going to be lots of scary horses down there. But I was impressed. I was impressed yesterday. In Kings County, I think Timmy was actually right. Got to let those hobbles out from what I saw on TV. He's getting sounder. He's getting better. He's getting a little more fluid, a little more confident again in his gait. So I think we have some good races coming forward for Kings County. Now today, we had 5. We have 4 racing at the Meadows. The Priest is scratched. That leaves us with Manhattan Money, who I think is in a good spot. If he does well without the flip-flops on, I think we head to the winner's circle. We'll see how that plays out. Rosetta. Also, Rosetta's in with Brent Hopper and Kyle Gray and Jake Mossberger's nice filly that won the Stallion Series. She is no joke. So as much as I have a lot of faith in Rosetta, there's at least one, if not more, killers out there waiting for her. And one of them tonight, this filly, she might have won the Stallion Series, but looked exceptionally good doing it. So as much as I want to wish them good luck, I hope you're second. I really hope you are. Green Glitter, we had actually entered her in the maiden. I wanted to give her a little softer landing this week, but it didn't fill, so we were relegated to racing her in the pop-up series. We'll see how she pops up tonight. But again, I think this is a very nice filly, and I think very, very highly of her. And then Freedom Hill, a legit, very legit filly. We'll see how she does tonight also, coming in brimming with confidence off her win 2 weeks ago. I think she's sitting on a good mile again. And not to be outdone and capping off our night at the stable will be Tech Song Soprano. He has been very good of late and looks to double up. Now, what are his odds tonight? 3-1? 3-1 to Tech Song Soprano. Now, tomorrow, that's when it all begins. We have another gigantic Saturday in front of us. I'm going to drop over to them. I'm going to stay at the Meadows tonight. I'm going to stay somewhere along that area and just relax overnight. Get up. I'm going to race Blue Ventura and ready for landing, and then continue on to Scioto. Going to meet up with Amy and the kids in Columbus, and we are going to do some racing. Now, after that will be after Patrick DePrana and Dominion races at night. Then our big night starts. Gorgeous Package from post 8. Aunt Lily from post 6. Roser and AJ's got the outside, but I've heard whispers that he may be drawing in a position. Somebody may be scratched out of the race. We'll see how that is. That's certainly not official. And Cadeau also drawing 4. So our best 2 draws are Cadeau, are the trotters, Cadeau and Aunt Lily. And then the Pacers drew the outside, but somehow they still have Gorgeous Package picked to win. And Roser and AJ at 5-1. Both those horses look great in their first 2 starts, both finishing second. One finishing second, the other one winning their pari-mutuel debuts. And then we'll finish off our night later on in Northfield. Now, I do have an update. Prince Charmer will race. I'm fancy like will not. She was sick this morning. Jason said that running a temperature, hit some mucus in her nose. So obviously it goes without saying she's been racing great. We don't want to put that in jeopardy. We're simply going to take her out of the box for Saturday evening and opt for next week with her, give her a week off. So I'm fancy-like. I know she's been racing good. I know she's got a pretty decent following in the stable. I like the filly also. But at 10:46 tomorrow night, she won't be present. She's going to be scratched. Our last race of the night will be 10:02, which is Prince Charmer. So that is that. Sunday, my apologies. Again, I got jumped on pretty good the other day. Everybody's like, Anthony, it's not Monday, it's Saturday, it's Sunday with the Oak Grove. I appreciate that. Sunday, Memory and Imagination, Pickpocket will square off together. Pickpocket is the inside, Memory and Imagination the outside. Scott Zeron will be driving Pickpocket, whereas Todd McCarthy, I believe, is going to drive Memory and Imagination. Jimboree is in. Westland Warrior, I'm going to be looking at this guy very, very closely on Sunday. I was torn. I was going to bring him back to Pennsylvania, and Scott said, hey, there's no cakewalk in Pennsylvania. He said, I'm going to make it as easy as I can. I believe the easiest place for that colt to race this week for stake money, and for the most money, is Kentucky. Which, common sense. I appreciate that. Sometimes you just need to step back and look at things through a big picture, and I believe Scotty's right. So I'm going to be watching Westland Warrior very closely. Memento Mori's in a good spot also. Then we have Arson Grand Slam deal. I'm going to close out the night for all of us with our big boy, Stay Close. What are his odds? I like my chances. He's 5-2. I like my chances from the outside of the gate with this guy much better than I did from the rail. I'm eager and very interested to race him on Sunday evening. So that's what we have for Stay Close. That's what we have for Sunday. And then Monday, little lighter load so far anyway, Brace for Landing and Yo Mister. So with that, I'll let you go. I hope you guys are having a great day. It was a good start to our day. Chicago trained good. Got some stuff to work on, but that's okay. Century Legion qualified good. Got some stuff to work on, but again, that's okay. And All Gas No Brakes also trained well. He'll be in on Tuesday. So with that, I'll let you go. Take care. Have a wonderful July 5th. I hope everybody had a great, whether it be July 1st weekend or July 4th week or weekend upcoming. I don't really know what you guys do here. Do you just party on July 4th as a Thursday and go back to work Friday, or is it the weekend? I'm not sure. Either way, have a wonderful rest of your week.